Hello, everyone, and welcome to Myofascial Release. I'm your instructor, Adrian, for today, and you can't quite see me. We're going to do a little bit of everything today, some lower body, some upper body. We'll mostly be using a roller, but we'll be using a tennis ball or a hockey ball or lacrosse ball just for some more targeted things. But let's start the jazz. Let's get rolling. Double check everything is good. Excellent. All right, so let's warm up. We're gonna start lying face up on our roller. Here, align your tailbone, head and shoulders. It's good to stretch out the backs of the chest. And a little bit of everything in the upper body. So here, palms face up, shoulders low. Try to elongate the neck as much as you can. I want you to keep your palms face up and just glide along the floor. We're gonna open up here, nice and controlled. You'll be here for another 30-ish seconds. Just gonna take your time, slowly open up. Just really breathe through our stomach. The key part here is, again, we're trying to stretch in the chest, in the shoulders, a little bit in the bicep maybe, depending on how tight you are. Just opening up towards the sky. If you can fully grab your palms and put them against the floor, that's great. If not, that's okay too. Something you want to watch out for is that hyperextension. Try to keep your back flat. Avoid that hyperextension, just so you can pull your core in a little bit. That's all. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. From here, we're just going to warm up the center of our back before we go into a few plank holds. So here, take the roller. We're going to place it horizontal. Now we're going to cross our arms. And our goal is to hold ourselves up as best we can. Now we have a few options. We can hold ourselves up just using our core, using your neck muscles. But if you find your neck is sore or you're having a hard time, just hold your neck up like this. And work through any kind of tension in your upper to middle back. So again, whatever works for you. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now that our chest and back are a little bit released, we're gonna move on to our legs. We'll come back to our chest and back. We're just gonna get this warm while we hold our planks. So we're gonna start with our quads. We'll just start just above the knee, both legs. Now here we have a few options. We can turn our feet out 45 degrees, we can turn our feet in 45 degrees. So out, turn them in, and that changes where you feel it in your quads. So we're going to roll slowly back and forth with whatever you have. Small roller, big roller. Really take your time with it. Want to change halfway through, that's fine. You can lift your legs, turn your feet out 45 degrees. Just work through it. Go as fast or slow as you like. Just really focus on mobilizing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Here we're going to go for the inner thigh now. I'm going to show you standing and then lying down. Do a quick time check. Excellent. Put that piano down a bit. So we're going to start standing. I'm going to start from the waist down. So one leg up in the air like this, 90 degrees. You want a nice flat line. You're going to take the roller, place it on the inside of your thigh. You're going to roll right from the side of your knee right to the groin. And the key part is keeping that ankle on the outside of the roller. Avoid tucking it in behind. Keep it in front. So I'll show you from the floor. So here, with the knee out, hips down to the floor, and try and roll all the way from your groin right to the side of your knee. Avoid that ankle tucking in behind, keep it in front. And a few options here. You can go slowly and do a section at a time, or you can stick to a particular spot and just sit there and just slowly work through it. So for me, for example, if I was tight in my groin, if I wanted to improve my groin flexibility, I could just sit here, close to my pelvis. I'm just gonna kind of work back and forth, maybe half an inch at a time, just slowly massage through any kind of tightness or tension in that spot. You can also do that beside the knee. And same thing. Let's go here for about 20 more seconds. Ten more to go. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to switch sides. So we can grab something, but make sure you switch sides. Other knee now, or the inside of the thigh. All right. So here, we're still working on that other knee. Just massaging through whatever we have going on. About 20 more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. From here, let's do our calves. A definitely important muscle group. Here, I'm going to show you 3 variations. You can choose whichever one works for you. I'm going to do the lowest impact one because my calves are quite tight, but I'm going to show you all 3. So we'll start. So, highest intensity is 1 calf at a time. You're gonna cross your legs, lift your hips up, and then use your core, use your arms to roll right along your calf. Now, if that's too much, you can of course switch to 2 calves so your weight is evenly distributed. And the lowest impact option is actually taking back to 1 calf, using your other calf on top, just gently rocking back and forth, or just simply resting that calf on one particular area. So my calves are pretty super tight. Oh, hello. I'm gonna pin myself here. Welcome. And slowly massage our calves. So working through any kind of tension. And of course, those who just joined, if you have any requests, feel free to make them as they work through any kind of tension. So I'm just working my calves here, just massaging for any kind of tension. I'm going to switch in about 15 seconds. For those who just jumped in, give me your requests on what area to do. Feel free to make those requests. So 10 seconds here. And switching sides, so other calf now. So here, I'm just gonna rest on the outer third of my calf. I go also work into any kind of trouble spot I find. Just slowly massage and work through it. About 30 seconds here, so really taking our time, working through any kind of tension. And you can feel my calves are tight, so I'm doing the lowest impact option. If you want a higher impact option, you can just lift your hips and put all your weight into your calf and your arm. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Here we do our shins. I'm gonna show you from 2 different angles. But of course, any requests, please put them in. I'd love to hear them. So here we're gonna cross our shins. Cross your legs. Whichever leg is in the bottom, we're gonna lean towards that side. So for me, my right leg is in the bottom. I'm gonna lean towards my right. And work back and forth along my shin. I'm gonna show you from the front. So here. I'm gonna cross my legs, so across my calves like this. My right leg is in the bottom, so I'm gonna lean back and forth along the outer third of my shin. So I'm not directly in the center, I'm off on an angle. Very key, about 15 seconds here. And 3, 2, and switching sides. So again, working through any kind of tension or whatever you have going on. Remember to breathe through your stomach the whole time. Slowly work through. I see a message here. Just do a quick double check. Glutes and hips. All right. So we did. Yeah, we'll target our glutes right after this. We already did our inner thighs and hip flexors, but we'll do our. So we haven't hip flexors. We'll do our inner thighs and top of our quads. We'll do glutes right after. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So for the glutes, we have a few options. We can use a roller or a ball. I'll show you both. So here, if you're using the roller, you're gonna have a seat on it. You're gonna place one ankle on one knee if you can. And your goal here is to roll whichever leg is up. You're gonna roll that same cheek or that same glute. So for me, I'm gonna lean towards my left, because my left leg is up. My goal is to really work right along that glute. Now, if you want a little bit of a greater focus, you can use a ball. Same thing, you're gonna place the ball on the floor underneath that cheek. Once the ball is there, you're gonna take that same leg, place it on top of your ankle. And your goal is to work like this, just massaging that big ball in a circle, like that, working through whatever tension you have going on. And of course, if you want to just really work into a spot, it's fine. If you want to go in big circles, that's fine too. Whatever works. Let's go here for about 25 more seconds. Take slow, deep breaths, couple seconds in, couple seconds out. About 15 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Here, switching sides. Slowly massaging along any kind of tension you have going on. Take slow, deep breaths. About 40 seconds left. About 20 seconds left. We're almost there. We're gonna change the angle. You can go a little more on the side. That's fine too. Whatever works for your glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. From here, we're gonna do the side of the hips, or glute meats. So we're doing some landmarking. So you're gonna lie face up. Bring this near me. So here, we're going to place it on the side of our hips. We're going to find our hip bone. Once we find our hip bone, we're going to be an inch or 2 inches back and then towards our cheek. So we're going to be on the side of our glutes. We're going to lay right on that. Now make sure it's kind of in the side of your butt cheek. If you want it right in the muscle, you don't want to press into any kind of nerve. You don't want it pressing into any kind of bone. You really want to focus on it pressing into your muscle, into the side of your glutes. It should feel squishy. It shouldn't feel firm or it shouldn't feel hard. Now here, just going to lay here for a bit. About 15 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, we're going to move about 45 degrees up. Again, it should still feel like it's in the side of your glutes. If you don't quite feel it there, again, feel free to readjust, move up a little bit, do what you have to do. So again, make sure it's in the glute, it's not in your hip, it's not pressing into any nerve or any bone. You want to feel like it's in the squishy part of your cheek. That's very key. Now we're going to move it to 90 degrees. So here, going all the way up, a nice 90, just hanging loose. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and switching sides. So here, coming up, I'm going to stretch the other glute. So here, lying face up. This over here. So find that side of the glute. We're going to lay on our side with our legs straight, and our head is just rested. It can be a yoga block. It can just be on our own arm. We're trying to just push into the side of our cheek or the side of our glute. Make sure it's in the squishy area. If you're having trouble landmarking, feel free to turn your camera so I can help you out if you're having trouble landmarking. About 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Here, we move about 45 degrees. You just hang there for about 35 seconds. Three, 2, and now 90 degrees, going all the way up. Really sit in the side of your glutes. About 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Next, we're going to do a little bit of hip flexor. This one's going to require the foam roller. So we're going to come off our ball and go back on the foam roller. Similar to the landmarking we just did, we want to find our hip bone again. But this time, we're going to try to put the roller about 1.5 inches below it, or on the top of our thigh. So if you have trouble landmarking where your hip bone is, you can just put your hands kind of in front of your pelvis, and then forward fold yourself in half. And then from here, right where your hands can kind of slot into, where your torso ends and your legs begin, right at that bending point, you can place that right on the roller, but just one side. So you're going to place that on my left side. And I go here is to roll into my thigh and back to that spot I just landmarked. So we'll go here, right where our thighs come into our hips, especially if we're sitting a lot these days. It can be very common for that area to get quite tight. So we're going to roll Just slowly working through any kind of tension. Three, two, and one. Other side. So here, leaning the other way, you're going to work through that hip. So you want to be right where you kind of fold in half that crease and going into your thigh and then right back to that crease. Trying to target right where you kind of sit when that area gets nice and tight or not nice and tight. We want to try to work through that as best we can. And 10 seconds here. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here, we're gonna go for a bit of a hip opener. We're gonna go back to lying face up like we did at the start. And here, we're gonna let our arms fly out. So a nice basic stretch. Then here, we're gonna put our feet together and let our knees fall to the side. We're gonna try to keep our core pressed in. We wanna avoid that hyperextension. We want you to actually pull our core in, engage your abdominals, press into your roller. Let your knees fall to the side. And you just stretch open through the groin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, we're actually going to try something a little different. We're going to try a second stretch. We're going to put our knee in towards here. And our goal is try to see if you can just bring that leg in closer. Now, if this is easy for you, you can try a spat now on the floor. We're going to place one ankle on one knee like this. Then we're just going to try to pull in that leg and slowly just hold this position. Now, if you're in a more advanced hold, you can just simply grab a little further, same position. Do the best you can. Go 10 seconds here, 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now the other side. So crossing your legs, pulling in that side. Of course, when a more advanced version, you grab onto that leg and hold the best you can. Ten seconds here, 10, 9, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Here, we do just a slight opener for the groin. So here, I want you to actually sit with your feet together. We're gonna add a few hip stretches here. I want you to put your feet in. Drop your shoulders, push those knees towards the ground, and pull them the best you can. So request today was hips and glutes. We're gonna do a little bit of some groin hip openers. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then from here, we're actually going to be in a bit of a sitting position. So by sitting and squatted, we're going to put one foot down. We're going to stick one leg out. And from here, we're going to just nestle that heel in. I want you to actually place this leg. I want you to flatten that heel. So your tilt position is like this, and your goal is to actually stretch on the groin hamstring. And if you want to make it more intense, you can turn your foot towards the outside. When I kind of ease off, you can bring it towards the inside, but angle it to whatever you feel to be a stretch. Now, if this isn't possible, or this is too aggressive, you can do this just like that. But of course, we can sink lower. Great. Again, work within your ability. Do whatever you can manage. 10 more seconds. 10. 3, 2, and 1. Here we're going to switch sides. So if you can get low like this, great. If you can't, that's okay. Go into a side lunge position and just open up gently like this. But if you can get down here, fantastic. But if you can't, that's okay. Do the best you can. Work with what you got. 15 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, with a regular position, put your feet out as wide as you're comfortable. Just try to fold yourself towards the floor. So for another hip and groin opening stretch. Use your palms or your elbows, whatever works for you. So make sure you can grip the floor. You don't want to slip, that's for sure. With 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now here, we're just going to open up through the neck and shoulders a little bit, just with some 2 quick stretches. So here, one hand behind our back. For me, my right hand is going to go towards my left. My head's going to go towards my left as well. And 3, 2, 1. Other side. So head towards my right. Left arm is behind my back. And 3, 2, 1. Last one here. Just go for a child's pose. Feet behind, arms in front. Just try to stretch as best you can. Bring your head to the ground if you want. You can just stay here. Whatever works for you. 10 seconds. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day.